Hello and welcome to this training 20. So with working from home a lot and just having to stay home for most of the day, it's likely that a lot of people are going to be sitting for too long. So this is simply a mobility session, 20 minutes to kind of help you if you're suffering from any issues that are caused by sitting down for too long. So they mainly tend to be tight hamstrings, which leads to a tight lower back, or really tight hips. So they're the three main areas that we're going to focus on today: hips, hamstrings and lower back. So bring yourself straight down. We're going to go knee rolls nice and gently side to side first of all. Starting here like so. I'll do this one a lot. It's one I like to start with because a lot of people do have a lower back tightness, and it's just a great way to start to loosen it off first of all, just to get some motion in that back. Obviously sitting at a desk all day, we're kind of just looking forwards, there's no twisting going on, we kind of seize up a bit, so I want to loosen off that spine first of all. This is one I definitely recommend you just do gently all the time, whenever you've got a minute, or if you're feeling tight before bed, or when you wake up. And from here, we're just going to straighten the legs. You're going to keep your arms out nice and wide. Bring one knee up with a bent leg, take it across. Try and get it as close as you can to the floor as possible, whilst keeping your chest up and up, elbows and shoulders down. Really trying to reach it across the body. Big stretch you're feeling across here and across the back. Then you're going to bring it back across, replace it with the other leg going across this side. So across you go here. Try and get it as far down as you can, but remember not to lose the chest and shoulder position. So really just focusing on the mid to lower back. Bring it back. Same again, we're going to repeat on each side one more time. Back it goes, and over to the other side. Breathe through these stretches, particularly when we're twisting. You may kind of hold your breath because we're kind of limiting our muscles that help us breathe. So remember to still breathe through it. Breathing into the stomach, out through the nose. And then back, we're going to do one more like that, but this time we're going to go for a straight leg. So bring that knee in, try and straighten it out as best you can. It's just going to put more weight outwards, so you should feel more of a stretch into the glute as well as still into that lower back. Hold that there. Back across. And over to the other side. So. Go. Sit yourselves up. We're going to go one leg in, nice and close, so you're looking to put, I'll show you this side first, looking to put this foot against this inner thigh if you can. Get it as far up as you can, but don't worry if you can't get it all the way up here. This leg needs to be perfectly flat to the floor. No good having it bent here, because this is the muscle we're trying to stretch. We will feel it down the calf as well, but we're trying to focus on the hamstring. So no good having it bent, being dead straight like so. And we're looking to focus our body forwards and lean from our hips. So to lean over, think about trying to get your chest down to your thigh. That's the best way to do it. You see a lot of people with a bent leg trying to get their knee, which isn't doing much good at all. So sit yourself up straight, try and get your chest to your thigh. We're not looking to grab that foot. People like to do it, you feel more of a stretch because of it, but it's probably stretching not the right area. So we're looking to take ourselves down to that thigh. Once you're there, you can kind of use your arms to kind of pull your chest down, but we're not looking to just pull this leg toward us. Just take the chest down to that thigh, feel it down the back of the leg here. And then we'll simply swap sides. Pull that back in, over to this side here. Remember, sit yourself up straight first, then take that chest down, trying to feel that stretch down the back of the leg. Now, the most reason people do this a bit wrong or a bit differently to what I'm showing you here is because they want to get as far as possible. And because they're only up here, and you may be like this now, you're not really leaning anywhere, they try and really pull themselves down instead. But just work on it. It's just one of those things where you build on it and you'll be able to get further and further with time. So just hold the position wherever you can get to. If you can feel it in the lower back, a bit of a stretch here too, then good. Kind of shows that not only are the hamstrings limiting your lower back, but it's also giving that a bit of a stretch as well. We're going to go both feet forward now, so it's like a forward bend. So both feet forward again, both legs straight. You're going to use your hands to kind of glide up next to your thighs and legs, and then towards your feet. Again, trying to take that chest down, not trying to tuck the head, keep the chin tucked, and just trying to reach and feel that stretch again. So feel it down the back of the legs, up into that lower back here. Breathe through it. We're going to repeat these 3. So we're going to go back to that first leg first, so back in it comes. Now as you repeat them, you do want to try and inch ever so much further every time, just to kind of further the stretch. You will become more mobile the more you do it, even in the same session. It may only be by like a centimetre or 2, but yeah, see if you can lean any further forward and feel that stretch a bit more. And then we'll swap it back over, other foot in, sitting up straight, leaning it down, feeling that stretch. And then both feet in the middle finally, sitting up straight, down we go, hold there, breathe through it. Now from this position, we're going to do a few different things. So first of all, we're going to place one leg over, put it like just flat on the floor. That's all you're aiming to do here. It doesn't matter whereabouts, just want it flat. From here, you're going to take both arms and try and hug this knee as tight as you can. We're looking to bring the knee to your opposite elbow, so pulling it across the body. So if you watch, I'll go a big hug with my arms. I'm pulling it across the body like so. I'm just going to swivel for you. I'm doing this because I'm looking to pull away from here, because that's where we're stretching out this glute here. I'm pulling it right across the body into my opposite shoulder and trying to feel a stretch down here. Okay? So big hug there, keep that going there. And then once you've held this for a little while, we're going to turn it into a more of a back stretch. So you're going to let go of the leg. You're going to place this hand behind, whatever leg is over. You use this other arm to push against that leg and turn away. Big twist in the back here, feeling that stretch in the back. Looking to keep upright as we can. Look behind us whilst using that arm. I'm using my tricep against us, so just above the elbow, pushing against that thigh, allowing me to twist open and feel that twist in my back. From there, it's going to simply do the other side. So I'll show you again here. One leg over, big hug, pull it to that opposite shoulder and hug that in there. Keep squeezing, looking to loosen off these glutes. And then from there, let go of the knee. Same hand behind. Use that to push against that leg, twist away, sit yourself up as best you can, and hold that stretch there. Cool. Right, we're going to go to the hips next. So you've done this one before if you've ever done one of my mobility ones, I'm sure, but we're going for a frog stretch. So knees go as wide as you can. That is part one. So take your knees as wide as you possibly can whilst keeping your weight forward. So first we'll do this while your weight's over here. If you try and do it with your back, it's going to be a lot more uncomfortable to do. So get those knees nice and wide. You need to place your feet flat on the floor like so. I want you in an arched or flat back position. I don't want you rounded up already starting off. So we're arching the back, we're pushing those hips backwards. I've got really tight hips today. So as soon as you start to feel it, sink back into a relaxed position where you feel a stretch and just hold there. Having your feet like this does make it worse. Having your feet like so allows me to sink back further, but I want you to keep those feet flat. It allows you to open up the hips more, especially the groin, and stretch out that groin and hips. So we're going to do a few different things in this position. If it becomes too much on the hips at any point, find that relaxed position forward, and then just join us back in when you can. So sinking back. First of all, we're going to drop it down onto the forearms, maintaining the flat back. You may be able to go a bit further back, but maintain that flat position. We don't want to be rounded, so keep it here, and just gently sink back, not looking to force it too much. And then position 3, we're just going to go arms out in front and try and drop your chest down. Try and keep that back arch and dropping your chest down to the floor like so. Again, we're forcing those hips into the floor. Feeling that stretch. Again, gently stretch, don't overdo it. And just relax here. And from there, we're going to bring it back onto the hands. Give yourself enough room to make sure your hands aren't too close to you, because we're going to take one of the arms, take it through and reach through there. So you're going to feel this on one of the groins and hip more than the other. Whichever side you're reaching through, it's probably the opposite side. So holding that position, big reach through here, constantly trying to just reach with these fingers through as far as you can. So we're allowing that twist in the back to happen as well. And then we're going to come up, over to the other side. Again, reaching the whole time, feeling that stretch, particularly on one side. And keep holding there. And then back up we come. We're going to go one more on each side. Again, like I say, you can bring it forward because it allows you to relax it a little bit, but then I want you to take it back so you can get any further back. Whether you can or you can't, we're going to go through again. Reach. Over to the other side and reach. Cool, bring those knees together and give them a bit of a shake out. That is a lot on the hips. Nice one, really good. So, like I say, everything's been focused on these 3 areas. We're going to continue with that. We're going to be on the hands and knees. I'm going to show you a few different variations because people do have different preferences, whether because they feel it more, just able to get in a different position easier. I'm going to show you a few different options here. So the first thing we want to look to do is wherever you can, I want you to get your foot up to the side with a flat foot as high as you can. So you're in this position here. Even if you start just like this. This is probably the best place to start, to be honest. If you're in this kneeling position, we're going to bring these hands to the floor like so. Then you've got this back knee here. I just want you to shuffle it backwards and place it down as far back as it will go. You should start to feel this stretch all in here, okay? So hold that position there. This is our position 1. So first of all, we're going to go for the back. So we're already getting a stretch on in the groin and the hip, maybe a little hamstring, not much. Probably on this hip flexor 2 down here. What we're going to then look to do is reach up with this inside arm first. So inside arm, this is the easier one. Open up See how I've got my chest directly facing the wall or the camera, while my other hand is pointing directly upwards in a straight line from this other arm. This is where we want to aim to get to. You may struggle to have this mobility right now, but that is something you need to work towards. So this is the position we're looking for. We're going to bring that hand down. We're going to sink back with the hamstrings, so for the hamstrings next, sorry. So from this position, you're going to put all your weight on this back knee. See how I'm keeping my fingers down, my toe down, and this leg starts to lengthen. You're going to start to feel that stretch down the hamstring here as you sink the bum backwards. Try and keep the bum up as you sink back. Try not to just sit down. You're going to start to feel that stretch on the hamstring as you keep leaning forward like so. Hold that position there. Then we're going to bring it back forward into that strider, back into this starting position. This time the outside arm's going up. So a lot more difficult, so just take the inside arm up again if you can't manage this. But this hand, the inside hand stays down, it stays close against that leg, and this arm goes up. Again, we're trying to achieve the same thing, where we've got a direct point upwards, whilst my chest is looking directly, this time to the garage door. So holding that position here, in that stretch, feeling that twist in the back, whilst working the groin and the hip, and then back down it comes. You do the exact same thing on the other side. So get yourself in that starting position again, with one knee, hands down next to it, lift and shuffle that back knee backwards, and then you're in your starting strider position here. So we're going through the same stages again. Inside arm goes up first, so this time I'm facing the garage door, reaching up here. Hold that position, always trying to keep your hips sunk down, driving them down, nice and gently like a stretch, but holding that position here. And bring it down. We're going to go for that hamstring stretch, so remember, keep this toe down here, fingers down too, sinking that back, really trying to straighten this leg as best you can whilst keeping in this position to feel that stretch down on that hamstring. Then we'll take it forward, back into that strider. And then again, I'm going to show you the better angle here, taking this outside arm up. So this, see how close my elbow, my hand is to hand to foot, elbow to knee, opening up here, reaching up, keeping the chest facing forward, the hand reaching straight up. Holding that position. It's easy to let the hips sink up. We want to keep them down like so. Then bring that down here. We're going to, a bit quicker, do that again once more, because I'm going to show you some different variations here. So if I go back into this strider like so, I'll rush into that, so get yourself into it gradually if you like. So once you're in this position, you're going to take that inside arm up, and then a little advanced move that a lot of people see me do on these videos is trying to bring this forearm then down to the floor like so. Don't worry if you're not getting to the floor, that's something you've got to work on. Don't let that knee flare out. The main thing is keeping this foot flat as you're holding this position. Shuffle forward a little bit. Another option is to, rather than just try and get your forearm down, you're going to try and reach through the other side. So you reach through and hold there instead, keeping this knee squeezed. And then the other option for the hamstring is, rather than keeping your hands here, you can bring yourself up, put your weight on your heel, then you're going to sink backwards and lean your chest forward. So you're going to feel that stretch here instead. Similar to that seated stretch we did at the start. You can use your hands down your sides to kind of keep your balance. You're kind of leaning from the hips, feeling that stretch, keeping this leg nice and straight. So this is another option. Some people prefer it compared to the first one. I'll show you all this on the other side as well. The reach up is exactly the same on the other side, so I won't go into that again. But here we go. So same on this side. Start with that strider position. We're taking the inside arm up like we did before, but this time when you bring it down in a second, you're going to use the forearm to try and get that forearm as close as you are. It doesn't matter how high you are, you're trying to get that forearm flat to the floor or as close as you can, keeping this foot flat here. Or alternatively, rather than trying to get that forearm down, you're going to reach under this arm and reach through there. Okay, so it's reaching through under this arm. And then finally, we're going to sink it back again. Remember, rather than keeping in this position here, you're going to allow yourself to come right up, weight on the heel, leg dead straight, bend from the hips, chest forward, arms to support below, and feel that stretch down the back of the leg there. Hold that position. And rest there. Cool, nice. So there we have it. There's 20 minutes gone. Now, I didn't pack in loads there because you can do that routine a lot quicker than I did it in this 20 minutes, probably half that time. Alternatively, you could do it even slower and just focus on those exercises in order to loosen off the back. I wanted you to just have these exercises in your arsenal, so if you're ever feeling tight from sitting down all day, then you can jump straight into them and you know exactly what to do. So I hope you find that useful, and I hope you enjoyed that one if you did it with me. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time.